If you haven't been paying attention to the news out of Mobile World Congress this year, there's really only two things that you've missed: the launch of the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus. Now, these two devices pack in some incredible technology, but they're not as much of a game changer as last year's models were. The design is pretty much identical to the previous generation, save for that fingerprint sensor, which has actually been moved to a convenient location. And I'm digging the new lilac purple and coral blue color options. But if you want something a little bit more bland, they also offer the phone in black and gray. As expected, the phones are powered by the latest Snapdragon 845 or an Exynos 9810, depending on which market you pick it up in. The S9 will only have 4 GB of RAM, so you will have to upgrade to the S9 Plus if 6 GB of RAM is a must for you. Naturally, there's a difference in size between the two thanks to their 5.8 and 6.2 Quad HD displays, but the 18.5:9 aspect ratio displays make them quite manageable to hold. But no matter which device you end up with, you're treated to a snappy experience with Samsung's custom software built right into Android Oreo. The custom software does have some new features, but its overall look is pretty much the same as last year's. Bixby is still around, flaunting its new live translation feature, which is actually powered by Google Translate, and it can now recognize food and also give you heads-up directions. But I'm still not sure anyone will actually use it. But the true highlight of these two phones are their 12-megapixel cameras. Both sport a mechanical aperture which switches between an f1.5 and f2.4, and a new multi-frame stitching mode has been added to improve noise reduction. Theoretically, this should result in stunning nighttime and low-light shots, giving Samsung's phones a huge edge over the competition. From what I've seen, the S9 and the S9 Plus could easily match what Google's Pixel 2 can capture, which is no small feat. But I'm still waiting for my final judgment until I can compare these two phones side by side. If you've been envious of the iPhone X's Animoji, the S9 and the S9 Plus may have something just for you. Their new AR emoji feature, which is built into the camera and can create a cartoon version of yourself, which you can use to create videos and share with your friends with your favorite messaging apps. Now, the examples that I've seen really don't look that great, but this is one of those features which will probably get better after 1 or 2 updates. Both phones have an 8-megapixel camera on the front with an f1.7 lens, which should capture some incredible selfies. But the S9 Plus is the only one of the two with a secondary camera on the back with a 2x zoom lens, allowing it to capture portrait shots with a digitally enhanced bokeh effect. I'm really not a fan of Samsung copying Apple's strategy here by leaving out the dual sensor camera on the smaller model. But at least this time around, the Plus model here from Samsung offers a more compelling reason for an upgrade. As far as pricing goes, expect to pay $720 for the smaller Galaxy S9 and $870 for the S9 Plus. But of course, that price will vary if you're buying the phone directly from a service provider. I'm hoping to get my hands on both devices soon, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see my full review, camera, and speed tests as soon as they're online. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.